Hello again and welcome to the I Hit Drums, a Beginner's Guide podcast with me, Mark, your teacher for this series. In today's episode, we're going to take a deep dive into 16th note variations, so make sure you bring your brain for this one. So far, we've worked with 16th notes, either as single sticking or double sticking. But in both of those different variations of stickings, we've always played a full beat of 16th notes. By that I mean 1 E and A. There are, however, several different rhythmic variations that can be created by removing one of those 16th notes, or even removing two of those 16th notes. That's what we're going to look at today. On page 28, we have variation 1. This is a very familiar looking group of 16th notes that we would play and count 1 E and A. If we remove any of those notes, we still need to count as if the note was there. So for example, in variation 2, we're not going to play the A. So we're actually going to be playing 1 E and. Now, in order to get a string of these together, it's important that we still count the A, because that space still exists, even when we don't play the note. So you would get 1 E and A, 2 E and A. When playing these exercises, it can be useful to have the metronome running at a 16th note rate. We're going to be trying these at 40 BPM, so to get that 16th note click rate on the metronome, all you need to do is double it and then double it again. So 40 BPM doubled would be 80. That would give us an 8th note click rate. So if we double that again, we're going to get 160 BPM. And that sounds like this. That metronome rate is now a reflection of all the potential 16th notes that we can play. So to count along with that, you would get 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. This will help you maintain those spaces when you're not playing a hit. So let's set the metronome to 160 BPM and have a go at exercise 4.1. Count along out loud as you play, and remember, whenever there is an A, you're not going to hit the drum. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now each of these exercises can be played with just one stick, but ideally we want to play with two. If we were playing 1 E and A as a single stroke, we would be playing that right, left, and this is where I want to introduce something I call the rule of 4. If we have 4 consecutive 16th notes within the beat 1 E and A, we would play that right, left. So when we omit any of those hits, we're going to leave out the stick that would have played it. So in exercise 4.1, when we're playing 1 E and, 2 E and, we're not going to be doing that last left hand strike. And that's going to give us right, left, right. The reason I like to teach this way is because it means that the right hand will always be playing a number or an and the left hand is always playing an E or an A. And when we start using these rhythms around the drum set, it just simplifies what the hands need to do. So let's try exercise 4.1 once more, this time playing it right, left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, moving on to exercise 4.2. We have variation 3 here. So can you see which one of those 16th notes is missing? It's the E. So instead of playing 1 E and, which we did previously, we're now going to have 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. If we apply the rule of 4 to this exercise, we're going to end up with right, right, left, right, right, left. So let's set the metronome to 160 again. Make sure you count out loud all of those 16th notes, even the E that we're not playing, and let's give it a try. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once again, by employing the rule of 4 in exercise 4.2, the right hand is still only playing the numbers and the ands, and it's up to the left hand to play those a strikes. Variation 4 includes the number and the a of each beat. So we're actually going to be leaving out, the E and the and. So the sticking for exercise 4.3 will be the right hand on the number and the left hand on the a. Rhythmically, this is going to give us 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So let's set the metronome to 160 and give exercise 4.3 a try. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Final variation we're going to look at is variation 5. In this variation, we're not playing the and, we're playing the 1, the E, and the a, but not the and. And this is going to give us 1 E and a, 2 E and a. In this variation, the right hand will play beat 1, and the left hand will play both the E and the a. So let's set the metronome to 160 again and have a go at exercise 4.4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your practice this week is to work on variations 2, 3, 4 and 5. You've already spent plenty of time working on 16th notes as a whole, which is variation 1, so you don't really need to go over that. Now you may have noticed that some of those variations contained more than one note value, and you might be wondering why they look like that. That's what we'll get into in the next lesson when we start looking at rests. If you would like some feedback on those exercises, or perhaps you're actually looking for online lessons, hopefully by now you know where to find me. You can go to Instagram at IHitDrums or Facebook by going to facebook.com/IHitDrumsUK. For a small fee, you can send me a video and I'll respond with some video feedback and instruction. I also offer online lessons in 30-minute slots. But for now, get stuck into this week's practice and I'll see you next time. Enjoy. I Hit Drums, a beginner's guide, can be purchased through Amazon as a paperback or as an ebook through Amazon, iTunes and Kobo. Just search for I Hit Drums, a beginner's guide.